Times have been tough, no doubt about it. Tough on all of us. But you know what? So be it. The Workers Club. I love the name.
How's Dynamite going, Gus? What's the review so far? That's how I'm starting this.
Yeah, FTR versus Claudio and Mox went to a time limit, and now they're fighting at Revolution.
Oh, okay. Phew. I thought you said Mox and Dax, like just those two, and I was like, I don't want to see that again. I thought I already saw. Oh God, I got nervous.
And then OC is fighting one of the Kingdom Leaders.
Okay. I'm pulling up my notes. Literally, the first note is, say, how is everyone? Yes. Check that one off. How is everyone?
Keep going. Keep going. What's next?
It's the Workers Club. It's Wilson. It's Larry. It's Gus. I wanted to also look. Next note. Oh, here's the next note. Larry, would you read this, please? Hold on. And send. And it's sent.
Wow. I'll do this. It's the Workers Club, where as a close friend of Vince McMahon, I can say this. I'm a big advocate of love and friendship and honesty and communication and not pooping on someone's head that I've allegedly sexually assaulted. But in the same breath, I'm also a big advocate of accountability. And again, not pooping on someone's head that I've allegedly sexually assaulted. There's the saying of, you don't know who your friends are until the shit hits the fan, which I cannot believe I'm saying. So let's go with when your back's against the wall. That doesn't make any of what's going on any easier to swallow. I really am using these words. But just telling somebody like, hey, I love you, man. This is going to be a hill to climb. You've been accused of rape, trafficking, and defecating on her head. That's a hill to climb. That's not minimizing at all. We're going to see what happens, and that's that. I love Vince McMahon because I'm a soulless, bootlicking loser.
Wow.
Now I will recite this in Mandarin.
Larry, what a full-throated, chest-out defense of Vince McMahon, your dear close friend. Well, bros before hoes, I guess. Lord. Thanks,
Hey,
Larry.
Randy Orton said it was gross. We need a chart of the guys who've had acceptable responses and unacceptable responses.
Even the acceptable ones, they're just like, I can't believe Seth Rollins is the best one.
Yeah, until he's dead, like, it's always a probability that he comes back.
I guess.
But they're all cowards. They're all cowards.
Like, even the Randy Orton thing, he has to be like, look, Vince, I owe my life to him. Look.
Yeah.
He has to? Can't you just be like, fuck that guy? I don't know. Like,
I want someone just to be that guy that, like, fuck him. He sucked.
I don't know. I guess Chris Jericho, he gets up in arms about Chris Benoit. He kind of sees onto, like, that wasn't the person I knew. The person I know, that was my friend, you know. What level of crime before you're just like, fuck that guy?
I mean, does pooping on someone's head supersede murdering your wife and child?
No.
Okay.
But, I mean, would it take a murder for Randy Orton or John Cena to be like, yeah, bad dude, don't want to talk about it, bad guy, don't like him, don't like it?
We'd still get the, like, oh, that wasn't the Vince I knew, and, you know.
I know, that's what I think people are struggling with. It's like, are you saying this isn't the Vince you know? I've seen this. I've seen the Vince.
Right. We have all seen this for public consumption.
My wife loves Vince McMahon. Finds him very attractive. No selling me. Absolute no sell. Larry did footnote work last week, and I appreciate it. He said it was very laborious.
It'll get easier.
Well, they didn't stop the footnotes. We got footnotes. We got double footnotes. We got parentheses. We've got asides. We've got. I'm shocked there aren't any emojis in this thing.
Well, so I did some pre-work or whatever research, in that I watched Uncle Howard's Simpsons episode.
How did it hold up? Because our boy Colin was.
It's not one of the better ones, in my opinion.
That's kind of what I thought too. Yeah.
Man, fuck Colin. Turn it off right now, Colin.
I was trying to be nice.
Nah, I love Colin, even if he no-sells my ass.
John Lovett's character in that episode's jarring for me, and
Hey, I love John Lovitz.
yes, I can't remember what it was now, but yeah.
he owns like the Shelbyville plant.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just gonna also say that, Meltzer got, between the last recording and this recording, Meltzer got dragged for not using his words real correctly on various stories, and then he saw the Triple H Rock thing, and he was like, "That happened," and so I was like, "Yes, it was him that said Haiti Kid instead of Tonga Kid." I know it. It wasn't me. But then later he was talking about Sam Mushnick, and then I thought he said Phil Mushnick, and I got confused, and I was like, Phil Mushnick was a booker? And I was like, what? No, he wasn't. And then I went back and listened. He never said Phil Mushnick, so then now I flip-flopped again, where now I'm like, maybe I made him say Haiti Kid. I don't know. The only last note before we get into it, actually, there's three. One, I'm just going to ask a broad question to you guys. Who is this? We kind of talked about a little bit. Who's this book for? Who is this book for? I was reading, I read more of it, I was like, why did he write it? Who is it? What's the fan that he had in mind that's like, that with the footnotes, the jokes, the type of jokes? Like, if you're a common WWE fan, I don't even know it'd be on your radar. Maybe.
I mean, I think it's just purely a narcissistic vanity project.
Yeah, it's not saucy enough for like a hardcore that they'd be like, I know who he is.
I did question why the book was written today, and that's the answer I came up with too, because this isn't bringing in more money than Young Rock is. Not even close.
You just think he wanted to write a book?
I guess.
Can you hear the popcorn being made?
No.
Oh, interesting.
When was this book? Did this come out during COVID?
No, it came out in 2022. It says 2023 on here.
Oh, that's right. So it's super recent. Okay.
Yeah. It was not that long ago. Let's see. What's the exact? Yeah, August 2022. First published in hardcover. A year later, it was in paperback.
Yeah, I think it's just pure vanity. I can't think of anyone this would like, unless you're like a super like Dwayne Johnson fan. I think we had a review where that was the case, but
I know, and then we read those reviews, a lot of people do like it. I can't see I mean, there's nothing. You have to like how we do, where we like nitpick apart and go, why is he telling this story? For who is he telling this story? If you're just reading it as is, you're just like, nothing really ever happens in the stories. Anything of like might be a little saucy. He keeps close to I don't remember why that person was mad at me or what they said. There's a few more though, as I've read now deep into it. There's some where it's like, oh, come on. Whoa, come on. And then the other thing was that I felt like a lot of times I'll say like, we're burying the book, we're burying this guy. I've generally, in a sick way, liked all the books we've read. Like, I like Larry's Little Coward. For like, if you want a book about what inside the mind of a coward, you read Larry Nelson's book. and just it's sweaty. And then like Ben Peller, like living out his fevered dream of being a wrestler, you know, and he's like, by the way, she was a guy, and that's kind of cool. And it's like, so this is your thing that you're now putting in the book, like this is you. And then like Brett's fuck book, you know, and just so hard when he wrote it. I like the only book I genuinely was annoyed with was Sean's, because it's a fiction book and it's bad. But everything else we've read, Mick Foley's even it was like it's not hurting anybody. It's I think a victim of the time it was written in and where he was at.
You're right. Are you saying you're not going to feel that way about this book? Is that what you're saying?
I don't hate Brian Gewirtz. I mean, he's a dork.
Because I think I'm there.
You think you don't like the man?
Yeah.
Well, we'll edit that out and we'll get him in for an interview.
I don't know.
Or no,
I know some people like this whose pop culture knowledge is their personality.
Oh, God.
Yeah. They just like everything nostalgia. You know what I mean? Going to New Kids on the Block concerts and I don't know, man.
Now, saying that, you know, I also was like thinking the other. I was like, man, you know,
Ooh, Ric Flair.
we say this or that about them. We rip on them. We call them dorks and dipshits. And maybe I'm just quoting myself. But you know, then you know, I've heard from some people. Maybe there's some hipster racism that occurs on here, or maybe there's some sophomoric jokes about Larry's wiener. I'm not saying that we're consistent. I don't care. I'm fine with it. I will be guilty of the same crimes. Is that fair? Don't come here for consistency.
Oh, if you have any expectations, yeah, you're in the wrong place.
Except, you know, I am a better writer than Sean Oliver. That is the case.
I think the thing with Brian, he's that guy that's like maybe like a friend of your friend, like somehow you're tangentially like responsible for him, and he ends up at the party, and he just ends up bumming and creeping out a whole bunch of people.
Because he doesn't drink.
Yes.
Is that something he said? Did I miss that one, that he doesn't drink? Did I miss that? Maybe I just can't remember.
He said, like, I had 2 beers instead of 1. I was really partying.
Oh, so he's okay. He's timid.
A real fun guy.
Just as long as nobody can do gotchas on us, which they can't. We're ungotchable.
Oh, no, everything's satirical.
Yes.
And
Yeah, we're like Cornette. We're not cancelable.
That's true. That's true. Wait. Well, I don't believe in canceling, but you did get fired from a job.
Yeah. That's true.
I mean, who's going to fire us?
Colin is going to report us to HR.
Well, WrestleMania, when they answer my emails, or Pro Wrestling Sheet, or any of the websites I'm shopping us to.
Oh,
Okay.
Lord. Oh, God, yeah. I guess, yeah, we'll lose our sweet
We'll have to
God, I
tame-
can't
tame
imagine
the
listening.
show.
Yeah, no, yeah, I can't imagine listening to this and being like, "Yes, this won't go off the rails." We won't have to send out anything about apologies.
Bob Backlund.
New corporate sponsors are going to be a nightmare.
Yeah. Let's see.
Do you want to do a
We didn't
HelloFresh ad read?
I mean, I could.
How do you weave in Bob Backlund's severe crack addiction into the HelloFresh alleged rumor speculating?
I mean,
Julie Hart was making Thanksgiving dinner, but you know what could have saved her a lot of time?
Yeah,
Is making a HelloFresh meal.
yeah.
Then she
there
could
you
have
go.
brought out the fine china instead of the
Yes.
fucking paper plates.
Yeah, she was in such a rush. She used the paper plates.
I'm
Man,
ready for it.
I'll do it. I'm fine. What kind of spot? Is it just still meal services? Is there anything else these days
yeah,
that are really hitting?
Stamps.com, dick pills.
Mm.
Yeah, those are
I
the
feel
only
like dick
ones.
pills. Dick pills would definitely be more the speed. Or, I mean, there's a lot of horniness in a lot of these books.
The Spotify numbers were largely 35 to 44.
Uh-oh.
That's a prime demo.
Oh, I thought you meant okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we're right in there.
Yeah. Demo's better than Dynamite? Are we hitting higher than Dynamite? All right. Chapter 4. First day on the job. I'm often asked of all Vince McMahon's famous words to live by, which resonate with you the most. The answer is easy. Oh boy, here we go. Hippos eat people? So, he's not even paying attention. He's listening to his iPod. It's 2004. He's in a crowded limo. And he just kind of, it's out of context, and he just sees that Vince is shocked by this information. But Vince also says, treat every day like it's your first day on the job. Okay.
Is that what he says after he poops on somebody and gets in trouble? It's my first day.
I guess so.
He's going to use the Costanza defense.
He is, yeah.
Was that wrong?
Was that... Did I...
Let's see. So he talks to that. He's his first trip. It's Halloween night. His first, he's on the job now. He says that the pilot is making puns. He says, and he doesn't like it when pilots make puns. I like my flights to be like the impression I leave on most of my dates. A cold, hollow experience devoid of human emotion. Hey.
It's covering for something.
He brings this up a lot, that he cannot be loved. I'd like to talk to him about his therapy, if he does therapy, and what he talks about.
There's something there.
Do you think like it's a neurodivergent thing?
No.
Or is it just he's a weirdo creep? I mean, I guess both can be true as well.
Does he fancy himself a Woody Allen, where he's just kind of like, he's got so much going on up here in the old noggin, he can't, he's almost too intellectual for love. What is love? What is this? What are we doing? I don't know, but I've said it before in other books, but dig deeper, Bruce. Let's go. Brian, called him Bruce.
I was going to suggest something, but it would definitely...
Uh-oh.
I don't know if Brian's litigious.
Oh, no.
No, it's free discussion, I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't speculate so hard that we end up in court.
I'm not going to say anything. Just keep going.
Are you alluding that maybe he could be, and it's totally fine if he is, a girl's best friend?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no judgment here. We love everybody here. But it would be interesting to put in your book. I don't know. Maybe he's just like, it's a book about wrestling stories. Well, then give me some fucking, let's go. What are we doing? Dr. Tom Pritchard. He tells him to sit up at the front of the room. He figured that he would get introduced. He didn't get introduced. Everyone's just looking at him, or that's how he feels. Let's see. Oh, Stephanie McMahon. He meets her. I made some stupid comment about being glad she wasn't sacrificed to The Undertaker months earlier, and she was relieved to hear I was a fan, which I've heard the opposite in stories about Stephanie McMahon, that she actually doesn't like it when people are a fan and they are on the writing team.
Well, but see, he's like split because he's talking to her in kayfabe. So she probably likes that side of it. She probably wouldn't like it if you're smart to the business. You think you're smart to the business.
Yeah, that's true.
Because what kind of a fucking... Who says that?
What a fucking head game. Your first day and you're immediately like having to play these like, how much do I let on that I really know?
That's what I've thought about it, yeah. Don't act like Yes, that's so funny. Because in the business, theoretically, you should love the business. But then if you're too much of a fan, they're going to be like, oh, what are you, fucking Mark? What are you, fucking...
Like, I just want to talk Ronnie Garvin with the boys, and they're going to be like, you fucking Mark.
Oh, you think you know
And
Ronnie,
talk
huh?
about his
Yeah.
nips getting hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, and his
Oh,
hands of
you-
stone.
Oh, well, I've actually felt his nipples, okay? So why don't we just leave it to me? All
Look,
right?
I've heard similar things about Greg Valentine, let me tell you.
He meets Sergeant Slaughter, to which his friend Tommy, whispers, "No one's really sure what Sergeant Slaughter actually does." That's nice. What a cushy job.
Do you think they got a tax break for employing a veteran?
Dude, how far does it go with him in the being a stolen valor?
You think he drinks in VFW? Balls?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
I could see
Eddie-
him being too much of a chicken shit to do that.
No way.
Bob Remus doesn't.
No
he seems
way.
like a coward.
He's got an action figure. People just assume he was, and he just doesn't say. He's not lying if he doesn't correct them.
Oh, yeah. Shit. I was going to say something, and then I cut myself off because. Never mind. I'll tell you guys on the side.
Oh shit.
No. It's fine. Nothing to do with my own stolen valor. It doesn't go that far. But,
Oh. Well, thank you for your service. Let's see. He meets Edge and Christian, and they ask him if they're talking hockey, and they're like, "Hey, are you a hockey fan?" And he lies, and he's like, "Yeah, sure. I really like Dale Howardchuk." They're
why
like,
can't you just
"Okay."
be a normal dude?
Yeah, just be like, "Yeah, it's fine. Sure. Yeah, I'll watch it." Let's see.
Howard Chick had been retired for 2 years, so yes, that would be a dated reference.
Let's go. He gets introduced to Gerald Briscoe and calls him Jack. And then he keeps getting introduced to Michael Hayes. Finally, Michael Hayes snaps. Jesus Christ, I've made him 3 times. Hope you get fired so I don't have to meet you again. He looks at Vince and goes, is it okay if I run back to the hotel to grab my luggage? And Vince looks at him like he's a moron. And he says, sometimes on your first day you do stupid things that make the boss look at you like you're the dumbest person on the planet. Footnote alert. Though in fairness, the average WWE writer receives that look from Vince multiple times per week. Yes, Vince, the arbiter of great taste and writing, and I love it that Vince has that much power in that. He is the company, and so you could write something that's just brilliant. And if he was stupid, let's see. So he's sitting in the back of an SUV next to Stephanie McMahon on his way to Philadelphia. Shane's at the wheel, and Vince is riding shotgun. Okay?
This blows my mind.
A family is driving together to the next town with Brian... this name. Gewirtz?
Gewirtz.
Gewirtz. God
It's
damn
like you're
it.
saying the worst, but like
Gewirtz.
It's fine.
So he goes... they ask what do you think of your first night? And Brian says, well, considering my apartment is filled with inflatable WWF furniture, I'd say pretty surreal.
Vince likes it because you can just hose it right off.
Lord, Vince chuckles. My roommate and I not only had one of those inflatable WWF chairs, but also an inflatable Stone Cold Steve Austin Battle and Bop bag. You know, like most cool kids in their mid-20s living in LA. Yeah, this is rough stuff. This is mutant behavior. There's no women coming to this place at all. None. Zero.
Or men. I would like...
Yeah, I mean...
No one is coming to this place.
Yeah, if a buddy came over, they'd be somebody. I mean, I feel like in my mid-20s, I might have tried to deflate it.
Yeah,
You know?
like
Maybe
it was.
just or a slow leak just to see when he notices that it's been deflating all night. What are you doing, Larry, if you walk into a place and you see inflatable furniture, a Battle and Bop bag, Brian sitting there, he wants to watch his match game
That's
DVD.
what I was just thinking. I was thinking of the guest host era. I'm like, these are all fucking Gewirtz ideas, aren't they? Like Bob Barker.
Maybe,
There's
yeah.
Betty
Oh
White
my
guest
God.
host.
This is just his list
Yeah.
of like.
No.
That's disgusting.
Well, I don't know how far ahead you guys are, but he talks about, when he's what do you think? He's probably near our age, about something like that, possibly.
I think he's closer to 50.
He's a little older, maybe.
He's a little bit older, yeah.
But he spoilers, he was not an ECW fan. And considering where he's from and how he grew up, and he's just not into it. Didn't seek it out. I mean, this dude,
he's
he's
Vlad.
fed-filled.
He's Vlad born into a better family.
Yeah, he's fed-filled for sure.
That's all he is. If Vlad's uncle wrote for the pictures, he'd have had Gewirtz's job.
It's something. So they get near an eerie tunnel in Philly, and Vince says, jokingly, "This is where we kill you and stuff the body if you do a bad job." Footnote alert. This deserved a footnote. I think it was jokingly. That's it. The end. I can see why Larry hates this guy, because all the work that he's going to have to do for these very necessary footnotes that needed to be down at the bottom of the page. If you want to clear footnotes, there's an asterisk, and then you got to go down to the bottom of the page and be like, "Oh, what did he want to add to this?" I think it was jokingly. Okay, back to the main stuff.
He took college ass writing. Any decent professor instructor would have grilled his ass on this. Why Brian?
I don't know. I don't know what possessed me to say it, but the words, "Is that what ended up happening to Coco Beware?" came out of my mouth. This time, to dead silence. It got so quiet, I thought I might have accidentally stumbled upon something I shouldn't know about. Probably. Who knows what's the deal with them and how they feel. Or Vince just has that thing where he's like, I got to think about that guy now. He probably doesn't like to laugh about old talent. He probably liked him well enough, and now he's just like, oh, yeah, I got to think about that guy.
I don't know.
We all saw
Coco Beware go in the Hall of Fame that same year.
Do you think that Vince, when he hears about a wrestler's death, that worked for him, he does the Andre the Giant cut, he starts tearing up? He can't. He has that weird side of him where he's like, can't. No, not today.
Would he act that way for Sean Stasiak's death?
Yeah, because there's the connection to the father Stan.
What about Bam Bam Bigelow?
Did he do that?
Yeah, because LT was the moment.
He's thinking about those wrists
There's
firing
going to be a scale
on.
of people who Vince has cried at or not cried at.
I think a Lance Cade probably didn't cry.
No, that one's probably like that NFL movie, like when you get the call and you're just like, oh, fuck. Another one.
Sean O'Hare, is he alive? I don't want. Is
No,
he
he's
dead,
dead.
or alive?
He's dead.
Okay. Sean O'Hare. No, he probably was like.
No. Yeah.
How did Sean O'Hare die?
Did he die
Natural
in Mexico?
causes.
I think he died in
Natural
Mexico because that's because he was wrestling down there. Might be way off.
He died in 2014 at the ripe old age of 43. Suicide.
Ooh.
He had been to rehab 6 times in 6 years. Yeah, so wrestler death.
Well, now that we're talking about it, I just remembered this. Brody, Vince stuff was just kind of in the news recently. Somebody was saying, who was it? That Vince McMahon did not like how people were reacting to the Brody Lee stuff. That he was actively annoyed that people cared that Brody Lee had died. So I guess he doesn't. I don't know what Brody Lee did to upset him, but
I don't know. That's not surprising, right? I mean, he powered through Pillman's death and Owen's death.
I guess, but he's still kind of like...
He's the embodiment of Jesse Ventura's catchphrase.
Gorilla?
No, he doesn't have time to to bleed.
Oh.
He just fucking
So do you think he was
through.
doing the Andre thing for the show of it? He's going to cry on camera?
Or he's just a really well-adjusted guy who, when he's at work, has one face and then can let it go when he goes home. Or not.
And home is sitting in front of a camera being filmed for a documentary. Finally, I can let my guard down.
Picture of him in the 90s where he's in this like really gaudy like athletic wear sweatsuit and he's got his like giant ass dog and he's on the couch.
Yes.
That's where he goes to cry.
I don't know if he cries. Like it was just like him trying to look human and it just looks so staged and forced.
I'm trying to think of it. Whenever he's done crying on the show, he's being a goofball. He's like, he does that,
Oh, that's why I didn't like Brody. It was he couldn't speak in a southern accent, and he was just like done with him after that.
Or did he catch wind of him doing the kind of like Vince McMahon bits in his original vignettes? He's doing like he's eating steak, and he's telling people not to sneeze or whatever. He's doing little jabs at Vince. Is he personally annoyed by him doing that?
Nah, I don't think he's that in the weeds at this point or at that point.
So they're in a residential neighborhood at around 1:15 a.m. And suddenly Vince leans over Shane and starts frantically honking the horn over and over again. So everybody's like, the fuck? And then Vince turns to him with a devilish grin. That'll wake him up. And he followed it up with a classic, ha, 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 ha.
That one did pop me.
Yeah, I mean, when you extrapolate it, like, it's your first day on the job, your luggage is back at a hotel that you're never going to see again, you're in a SUV with Shane, Vince, and Stephanie. You've managed to fall asleep, and all of a sudden, like,
well, yeah, Brian says, you had to love this guy. And I wrote, do you? Do you? What do we got here? What does it say here? Okay. Today, WWE has 2 writing teams of over 30 people. That's wild to me. Back then, they were in Vince's hotel room suite Tuesday morning, write the show from scratch, hours until that day's production meeting. Stephanie McMahon is taking orders for breakfast. Well, Stephanie seems to have a very important role in the company. I can see her how it ends up that she's head of the creative here in a few short years. Taking breakfast orders, though technically she wasn't officially a writer. A year from this time, she'd be the head of the entire creative team. Edge and Christian, nepotism rules. Right? Isn't that what he wrote? So they're eating pancakes, and he's watching the McMahon family, every single one of them, methodically cut their pancakes into tiny squares and then apply the syrup. Okay.
I need this TV show to be made.
So I'm guessing Shane sees that he's staring at them cut their pancakes into squares, and then the syrup penetrates the entire pancake this way.
I don't think this ever happened.
You don't think it happened?
No. Because
Like
he's got
almost-
another weird aside coming up later.
Well, he goes,
He's
why he
trying to be
writes it.
clever.
Why he writes it, he goes, there's a lot of decisions that are just like willy-nilly in the company, and I'd always think to myself, remember the pancakes, your patience with pancakes. You don't believe it?
No.
So, they're taking the lessons he learned on Jenny. He's hanging out at gorilla position, and Vince was looking for something that he could say back to Triple H. And they're going back and forth, and he just walked up to Vince and he goes, "What if he said you'd rather join? You said you'd rather join WCW than join him." Vince liked it. That's it. Of course, Vince adds his element to it, where he calls it WCW. I did notice that Brian does have a thing where it comes up later, like he'll bring up better TV shows. Like I'm sure he watches TV shows and he's like, man, what was that writer's room? He talks about Game of Thrones. He talks about Breaking Bad. He's keyed in. You want to move on to the bump?
I don't think he is
there.
keyed in. I don't think
think
he'll
he's
ever
always-
be in a writer's room like that.
He
no.
never really was. I mean,
I'm saying like he's keyed in and that he's like, I know what's popular and what's considered good.
Okay, probably.
Yeah. Like he knows good writing. That's why I always wonder about like these guys. Like Brett, in theory, knows what good writing is, and then you write this book and you're like, this is good. Did Brett's book really, in his mind, live up to all the things he's read and stuff like that? We talk about. You can tell when some of these writers I've read are trying to be writerly. They're
but
like, "This is it."
Are there really acclaimed autobiographies like that?
I think there are some. Can't name them off the top of my head, but I
Right.
think there's some where
I feel
people
like
are
it's a low bar.
yeah, who has the best autobiography?
Bukowski that spans books.
There you go.
Sure, a lot of it's made up, but
Right.
as he said, he's the hero. So go fuck yourself. I'll say what I want.
Your Bukowski impression was tremendous. Listening back to the show.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, I don't. If I wrote a book, I mean, I think I'm honest with myself, and I know my own limitations. So I don't think I would say I know this doesn't come anywhere close to the best writing. But I don't think I would lie. I wouldn't lie to myself either and strive for that. I don't think.
I wonder if he wrote this book. I mean, The Rock's book is apparently just kayfabe garbage. And he fucks an old woman or something like that. Is that true? He fucks an old woman in the book?
Just got to read it sometime.
Saw somewhere there where there's a part where he fucks an old woman.
Yeah,
I don't remember the old woman.
Oh,
I
there's
think you remembered the losing his virginity story. That was in the book.
That's in the book?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why didn't Brett? Oh, did Brett did.
Human sex.
No, Brett didn't.
I thought. Well, he talked about the first time him and his brothers all sat in the back of the van getting head.
I don't even remember that, man.
You don't remember that?
No.
Yeah, because they're all looking around at each other as the gals' heads were bobbing up and down.
Oh, so he wrote it poetically. Okay.
Yeah. He was like, "This is cool. This is They're going back and forth between the vacation property and all that. Where who was making them work for free.
No, I just got Brett's heart theme in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's, I think, he kind of alluded that. Well, he also alluded that one guy that was going to the shows that he was hooking up with that later, married whoever or got involved with one of his brothers. Isn't that true, too?
Wait, what now?
I thought, didn't Brett say that he hooked up with some guy that ended up dating one of his brothers long time, like when they were young? She was
Oh,
a
well,
she was a
don't
what you like to
they?
call ring rat.
Diana says that about Martha
Mm.
and Martha's mother, I believe. I think she accused both of
Yikes!
Oh,
them.
someday.
Martha's dad was the guy that said, "Stu, who's booking this shit?" Let's see, the bump. I hate this chapter. It's bad. The bump.
Yeah.
At WWE, writers and pretty much anyone who's an employee and never seen on camera are off limits when it comes to physicality. Footnote alert. Even The Undertaker didn't throttle the pyro guy who accidentally set him on fire live on pay-per-view. There you go.
That's connected to nothing. Come on, man.
What, you're saying it couldn't just have been a sentence after that line? Or it even
It's
needed
not
to be
needed
added
at all. It's just
Could've
he
been
just wants
XL,
to tell you he knows about that.
And again, like, who is this book for? Like, who would know that reference?
Yeah, see, yeah, we know it, but then, like we said, this book isn't full of, like, actual interesting stuff for us. So what are we doing? Why are you, like... I know he feels... Look, this guy clearly is a guy who's like, I don't want to make enemies. I don't want to... If they can hurt me later or it's going to affect my career or my relationships, I'm not going to say anything. Which is fair. They don't even bother writing a fucking book. Either burn all the bridges, be that guy, write this book, or, I don't like... Yeah, it's just these kind of, like...
Does this happen, like, in other, like, arena of the arts? Like, are there a lot of musicians that do this, or like baseball players, or is this a weird wrestling thing? I know politics, but like that's a whole different like fucking.
I know Matthew Perry got some stuff for, like, at that time when his book came out that was like, oh, he's kind of bitter about some people getting successful and, you know, little needless jabs here or there. Like, I didn't think that guy was that funny, but look where he is.
No, but when it comes to knowing your audience and, like, right, who's it for? Who are you actually writing it for? Obviously, the wrestler book thing we all know is when they have to explain kayfabe. It's in every fucking book. But I'm thinking of, like, jazz guy, like Miles' autobiography. He doesn't do that shit when he's, like, talking his jazz language. Because you're fucking... It's assumed that's who's reading it.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yes, in every athlete book, they're like, so, just so we're clear, now a home
touchdown is achieved when,
yes,
You're
right.
Now
that's 7 points.
So that might be a wrestling-only thing.
They really think people that Mick was saying that, like, in his about, I assume all these other non-wrestling fans were going to read it. They really think somebody's going to go into a bookstore and be like, what's this now? Bret the Hitman Hart, My Life in Cartoon Wrestling. That sounds interesting. Who is this guy? He fucks.
Canadian, huh?
It would be like in Obama's book. He breaks down the 3 branches of the government in case you don't know how it works, and spends 5 pages doing so.
I would love the Obama chapter on kayfabe. Let's fucking know.
And this is how I created an entire cynical generation. Anyways.
Shots fired from a Bernie bro.
No, come on. Come on. So I wrote Hardcore Holly here, and I don't know why, so let's see here. When it becomes painfully obvious that some writer who's never been in a real fight and never taken a bump in their life is putting a wrestler no-holds-barred tables, ladders, and chairs matches, some feelings of resentment can emerge. So then I was like, yeah, maybe Hardcore Holly, that's some of the why Hardcore... They did put... Hardcore was in some matches there. You know, he's running around the river and all that with Al Snow. Was that Vince or was that later?
Maybe some of the Hardys?
Yeah, for sure the Hart is stuff. the issue of how can you truly
I'm
write
trying to
this
think
stuff
of guys
down
who have bitched about the TLC matches. Because I know Edge is one, but Edge is his boy, so I don't think you'd mention him unless they've had a falling
Well,
out.
I think some of those guys also blame Michael Hayes, where he'd say, "I'm looking out for you," and then they'd hear him and as they're going through the match, he's like, "And then what if the ladder's 30 feet and you're head diving off of it?"
God.
Big Show.
Let's see. January 2000, Shane burst through the writer's room door in Stamford, Connecticut like the Kool-Aid Man. And he said, "We're going to take some bumps." There had to be at least one person who was like, "Holy shit, we're doing cocaine." All right. Fucking yeah, the way he just came into the room. All right. But no. Shane wanted these guys to take bumps in the ring. Shane's showing them how to like run ropes, take flatbacks.
Forward rolls.
He said he was the youngest person in this little get together. He's kind of treating it like a boot camp, and he's the first one to tap out.
Yeah.
The youngest, first one to tap out. He says, about 10 minutes in, I started getting winded and nauseous. I ran the ropes, did a few flatbacks, and one lousy Hurricane Rana. Footnote alert. Okay. It was a very slowly executed somersault. All right.
I'm annoyed at him getting winded. Like that's the level I'm at with him right now.
I'm annoyed at that's not the same thing as a Hurricane Rana.
A slowly executed somersault?
Yeah.
No, that's
No, he's being cute.
I don't understand the joke there.
One man slowly executed somersault is another man's lousy Hurricane Rana.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think you're wrong.
Uh,
One involves a backflip and one involves a forward flip is all I'm saying.
so
maybe he took the Hurricane Rana.
yeah, maybe he took it.
Maybe. Thank you.
I'm giving him way
Is
too much
always
credit.
thinking
You know,
of the logical thing. Yes.
So a lot of this comes off like the boys messing with the writers, the office guys. Because and the big sign of it is that Shane dragged him down there, and then Shane's like, "Brian, why don't you come into the ring to like get some moves done to you?" And another sign, Bubba Dudley's the one that's like, "I'll do it. I'll give him some moves. Let's do a power bomb."
That's a different time. That's 2 weeks later.
Okay.
The Shane thing happens, and then 2 weeks later is
2 weeks
the
later,
canceled
okay.
Smack. Okay.
Well, I still stand by it. Because here's what happens. He feels like if he says no thank you, I'm good, he's gonna be labeled a coward. And if he agrees, he knows he's gonna be powerbombed and it's not gonna feel good. And I just wrote when's it gonna click with this guy that this is the culture here? Like it was all a lead up, hey, get in the ring, hey. And Shane's like, hey, you want to get in the ring? Hey.
Yeah. Did you guys take a power bomb for your employer?
No.
I've electrocuted myself, but that's just on me. That's me being very rolling those dice, messing around with some equipment. Again, the thought of something like this happening today would be ludicrous, but at the time, no one seemed to be worried about things like liability or violation of company policy or potential multi-million-dollar lawsuit. There were no cell phones. That's not accurate. Recording. Well, I mean, recording video, fair, but and no social media posts or social media to post it to, even if there were. Well, I just wrote, lot going on when there was no accountability.
Oh, maybe that's why he wrote the book. I've got blackmail and leverage on you.
I have
I'm
a
not going to
similar
tell you,
theory.
but
When he talks
I'm
about
going to
Paul
let you know
Heyman,
that I know.
when he talks about Paul Heyman, I was like, okay, when is he writing this? And now he's working with Paul Heyman again, and I'm going, huh, interesting. Well, so Devon was known as the nice one, while Bubba was, quote, well, quote, kind of a prick. Okay.
Bubba Dudley's on the list
Oh, yeah.
Of who we cannot get?
of who I would never want to get. Of just a guy who annoys me. His presence.
Oh, yeah, he's annoying. And then when you say, like, if you looked at me like, you're annoying, he'd be like, that's the point. I'm warning you. You're supposed to be annoyed by me. Oh, okay. Cool. Sure. He knows that nobody buys that, right? When people are like, you suck. And he's like, yeah, gotcha. I worked you. It's like, come on. You know.
I just always say he wrestles in gym shorts. That's who we're
There you
listening
go.
to.
Dude. Legend in the business. Think about that when the people are like, you got to respect the business. That Bubba Ray Dudley has any kind of cachet in? No, thank you.
Again, Meltzer, I've said it before, it's the greatest bit of writing he ever did. When he described Bubba Dudley, this is like when he was on top in TNA, as being the guy who was the star of the football team, but he never left town. And it's 20 years later.
Oh my God.
Cutting commentary.
There are people that are like, look at Bully Ray. Remember when the Dudleys came back and people were like, we can get Bully Ray now. We know he can do a singles run. He can do it again here in W. If they need a guy, they can give him. It's like they are not. They slot people as they slot them. He's not getting out of the Dudleys. He will die in the tag team there.
That's how desperate they've been for somebody.
There's someone with the Okada stuff. They're like, he can wrestle Johnny Gargano. He can wrestle this guy. He can wrestle all these great matches. And it's like, are you fucking stupid? Do you know what this company does? Like, are you for real? And even then, it's going to be the same goddamn match. Every match is the same.
Yeah,
What
Okada
are we
wants to
doing?
leave his wife and family so he can wrestle Johnny Gargano on a run. Like, fucking...
Appleton,
This
Wisconsin.
is awesome. Justified. This is awesome. Chance. This is Cole. They haven't
Lubbock,
even
Texas.
touched. I'm annoying myself when I can hear the commentary.
And you know they'd like give like they would do the Rainmaker at first, but then they would pivot to whatever their branding is going to be, and then
Well, yeah. What would be the WWE production twist on how with the camera and the? What would they do? They wouldn't do it, right? They're not going to do that. They're not going to keep that going.
What if it's spiraled?
it's like it goes Dutch angle, then woo.
They'll just CGI some rain falling when he does it.
Remember when Triple H's big idea for was it Sin Cara was the he wrestles in blue lighting?
Yeah.
yeah,
Fucking Mark, fucking loser.
They did the same thing with the Bray Wyatt shit, right?
I think for a little, didn't he wrestle in red for a couple times, or was that during just the cage
during the
feud?
Cell match for sure. That awful one with Seth. It was all red, which they did for Kane as well. Yeah.
So, again, this is a will it click moment. He kind of thinks, he writes, I started to regret writing Bubba to lose to Jeff Hardy the previous week. Oh, weird. Shane set this thing up where Bubba Ray Dudley is going to take out some aggression on the writer. Ding, ding, ding.
And I just want to bring up his annoying joke on the previous page. I froze like Ed Rooney hearing Ferris Bueller was online too. All right.
who is this book for?
Ferris Bueller fans.
Gen Xers.
Oh,
Oh, I got a double groan.
we really, man, yeah, no, that, yeah. Not our demo.
Uh,
Look, we rocked against Bush. We fucking tried.
don't get me started on that election. Let's see. So he takes the power bomb. He says Bubba Ray Dudley tries to say, "Your head, make sure you," but he doesn't hear. And the next active memory I have was being in my hotel room, still feeling it. I wrote, "That's a concussion." He loved it though. He's like pacing around his room, being like, "This is incredible! They assaulted me." I felt a surge of pride, toughness, and a strange desire to get into a street fight.
And that's where he says, "I was a man who celebrated by drinking not one, but 2 light beers at the Baltimore Sheraton."
Yep, but a man nonetheless. Interesting. So here's where I kind of, so Seth Green is the.
Hang on. You know how we want to move on from the gross old days of wrestling, assaulting women? Sure. However, bring back the H-bomb for this guy.
Oh my god! I'm just now picturing.
He deserves all the ribs. Shave his eyebrows off.
He did. It's the Click doing it, right? They're gonna do it. They got it.
I kind like. Can we have him and JBL spend some time together?
There you go.
Does JBL get brought up other than his jab at him about like he's the toughest Texan you'll ever meet?
Absolutely not. No,
I don't want to be out of place. But JBL has said anti-Semitic things to him. Correct?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sure. I would assume that.
Do you think he asked him for financial advice in a mocking way? But in a serious way because it's JBL?
Yeah, he's like, your family, what are they into?
But seriously.
Oh, man. Seth Green is guest hosting Raw. And he's going to take a bump. And he asks Brian, what's it feel? What's taking a bump feel like? And Brian says, remember when Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern got hit with the pipe and then fell through a hole and landed on their backs on the basement floor in Home Alone? It's kind of like that. And I just wrote like 3 question marks. And Seth Green agrees with me. He gave me a quizzical look. What does that mean?
I know exactly what he's talking about, but I would still look at him like he's an asshole because he's an asshole.
Yeah, I mean, this is in here for no reason other than to flex, again, knowledge of these childhood heroes.
Well, it's funny because since Seth looks at Macaulay Culkin, who's his friend and a wrestling fan that's also in the room, and goes, "Hey, you were in that movie." And Macaulay Culkin said, "I believe I was."
You know, my father Howard, or my Uncle Howard.
That's it. Then he's just like, yep, I took a bump. I felt a little bit more respected, even though I really wasn't. And also, I was going to piss off people anyways. Yeah. He spends a lot of this book talking about, oh, that's why I pissed that person off. And I just can't imagine.
He lacks introspection, and this is the first time he's going through that exercise.
Yeah, I mean, man,
we got some.
He sounds aggravating, and yeah, it really comes. Here's a go. This is his little chapter on working with The Rock, and he jumps around everywhere. He's all over the place in time and space.
There's some good bits in here, though.
Yes, it really it tells you a lot about a lot of people. I have a lot of notes on this one. Okay, hold on. Let me refresh my drink real quick before we get into this. Chapter 6. If you smell Vince McMahon, it's 2011. The Rock is coming back. Vince McMahon looks me in the eye. I wrote just one. It shouldn't be look me in the eyes. Am I wrong?
It can go either
Am I
way.
being too big?
He looked me. I looked him in. I'm 50-50.
Vince McMahon looks him in one eye. That's how I'll take. And said something. ... Curious. You get to work on the Rock's promos. That's the easiest job in the world. And now he goes into breaking down why that's true and untrue. And when he's writing a 30-second backstage insert promo, parentheses, when you see a character pop up in a little box during their entrance, parentheses. Okay, we all know what an insert promo is now. For someone with no distinct personality is way harder than writing a 20-minute promo with The Rock. So I think here, and you guys chime in, he's establishing that he's definitely a guy that thinks everybody needs to have a character, and they need to be a broad, defined character. Like if somebody came up, Dean Malenko came up to him and was like, I'm just a wrestler, and my whole thing is that I wrestle people, and I'm better than them, and that's cool, and that's all that I need. He'd be like, but yeah, what can I do with that? And he's like, you don't have to do anything with that. That's it.
I do the wrist thing on the way down to the ring, and
Yes. And fucking
we're
people
good.
love it.
So do you think Gewirtz wrote that angle where he was the James Bond of the WWE and he went after Lita?
Dude,
yes,
dude, that was so, like, let's give him a character.
he's the shooter. That's his character.
I mean, I'm just thinking about all those, it's just,
Lance Storm with the dancing bullshit.
yeah. Oh.
Planet
This
Stasiak
goes
with-
into the thing I was talking about, like, because he talks. We'll get into it, I think, because he talks in this chapter about why he feels wrestling needs writers.
justify this bullshit job that
Yes.
shouldn't exist.
So he ends that paragraph where he's talking about, like, this is what's easy or hard. This next paragraph, I guess I'll call it, is all parentheses. It's not a footnote. Parentheses. Note. Semicolon. So it's a note within a parentheses, but not a footnote. Okay, are we clear? In our
It just can't be a paragraph. It has to be contained within a.
parenthetically, yeah. In our current day-to-day lives, I usually call him DJ. Okay. I'm not nerdy enough to go with Dwayne, but not cool enough to go with D. Whenever we're back at WWE, I revert back to Rock, as that's what he's still called by everyone there. I disagree that he's not nerdy enough to call him Dwayne. He's nerdy enough. And he calls him Rock in WWE because that place is a cult, and everyone, and it's just second nature. So why John Cena's defending Vince? It's just like it's ingrained in them to just go back to their old ways. It's home. Do you like that that's not a footnote, Larry? What do you feel about that? A whole paragraph that's in parentheses and also note semicolon. This is good.
It's exhausting to think about.
Worst, like the most poorly structured.
Yeah,
book
there is
thus
really
far.
too with the book. There's no. It's just. It's like, here's this thing that just popped into my head. All right, here we go. This is the Rock chapter.
This is why I think he's a shame to the family.
Oh,
Uncle Howard was writing real good shit. Taxi, come on.
To be fair, we went through his Twitter. Do you recall seeing hey, Brian's book is out?
Nope.
nope.
No, here's a link. Here's the Amazon link.
Here's my book.
Saw
written
that.
by a real,
Saw that. So now working with The Rock, he holds himself to an extremely high standard. He goes into each backstage interview and each in-ring promo and each movie and non-wrestling related project today with the same mindset he had when I met him at the MTV Shoot 99. That's his example. That thing we watched, where The Rock is just The Rock. This is his example of excellence. And it's, how can we do something no one's ever done before? How do we raise the bar higher than it's ever been? Come on. He's drinking the Kool-Aid at this point. Please, stop. Come on.
Oh, he's been drinking them since he was a kid. He grew up on this.
I'm sure, have you ever gone into a Rock movie and come out of it and been like, wow, that is something I've never seen before? Folks, the bar on action movies has just been set higher. Good luck.
You know what? I've never been in a Rock. I've never been in a Rock movie. I can safely say that.
I'm trying to think now which ones I've seen in the theater.
I think Brian definitely tells The Rock he appreciates his motivating Instagram videos.
He sees them as a motivation.
He tells The Rock that they're motivating.
Oh, he tells him he's not motivated. What is? This is exactly why we're not going to get picked up. We can only get picked up on like a cornet level, where they're like, it's
Really?
okay.
Whoever hosts Russo's show.
That's Russo's network.
Okay,
Well,
then.
that's going to end when we get to his chapter. Oh yeah,
The
Brian
brand.
talks about it.
Hey, he lives like literally the next town over from me. So
Be like, don't listen to this one
me
episode.
and Vin can,
I was just curious. It
What's
kinda
the
strikes me-
nearest place that serves a New York style slice?
Oh no, I know the
In
place.
Colorado?
There's a wood fire like
Yeah.
gimmick.
You'd find them there. No.
Would you eat Vince Russo's lasagna?
Oh,
If he made you
absolutely.
lasagna, you think
Yeah,
it's
No
good?
question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to sit
He's
down.
been married
with
to the same woman
Oh.
for like 40 years or whatever.
Is he like The Sopranos? Has he talked about it?
That is a good question.
I'd
I
like to sit
never
down
really have heard much about that.
Because it strikes me as like he'd be like, "Oh,
No,
that's crude." That's
No.
too risky."
He'd be the guy who just likes the hits.
Oh.
He's the guy who skips the therapy scenes.
Does he think they're gay, quote unquote?
Yeah. Absolutely. That is a type of soprano.
I had a relative that loved Sopranos and would often, when I talked to this older relative, was like, "That stuff's the worst. The dreams? Why? I don't care about his dreams."
Right.
He wants to see heads under tires.
You guys are spoiling this for me. Stop. This is content.
Here's an episode of Truth with Consequences on Vince Russo's The Brand, where he talks about a 40-year-old rule dictated by his wife that drives him crazy, in caps.
He's just a regular guy like us.
Also, Vince looks back at The Sopranos. Bro, a lot of wasted time. Oh, so I guess he didn't like
nailed
it.
Oh, just the whole thing you didn't
Yeah.
like it?
Last but not
God.
least, the stupid and silly wrestling marks who can't get over Cody Rhodes losing his main event WrestleMania spot. Oh, so this was recent. He just shared his Sopranos thoughts.
Oh, you know why? Because it was just the 25th anniversary.
Okay.
I bet that's why. So I finally sat down to watch this great show, bro. I bet he's like, the acting is good. The writing, and it's like, oh, come on. You have some heavy, oh my gosh.
I would totally hang out with Vince and just like let him shoot his bullshit, like while I just kind of sit there and nod.
Let me see. I'm going to post it later. Would you rather watch Once Upon a Time in America or is it Bronx Tale? Which one do you like, Larry, with Chaz?
That's a Bronx Tale.
Bronx Tale. Would you rather watch Bronx Tale with Vince Russo or... trying to think of an alternative. I want to make this a Sophie's choice. Something with Jim Cornette. Or...
Night of the Legends with Jim Cornette.
Yeah, Night of the Legends with Jim Cornette. That's a good one. I was going to say AEW. You'd pick the
Yeah,
watch
corny,
AEW.
easy. That's, corny.
Or would you watch A Bronx Tale with Jim Cornette? Vince Russo or Jim Cornette, Bronx Tale?
Probably Russo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to hear his New York stories. I don't give a shit. That side of him.
In the video store. I remember when I saw this come into the video store. Bro. We're getting so ahead. There's a whole chapter devoted to Vince Russo. How can we do... Okay, so that's where The Rock is. Whenever I meet someone new and the topic of what I did in wrestling comes up, I'm always hit with one of two things. Either that person will mock shout, "You mean it's all scripted?" I've heard that roughly 872 times. That's in parentheses. Or I'll get asked, which of The Rock's catchphrases did I come up with? The Rock came up with all of his famous catchphrases. Footnote alert. Actually, that's not true. I did come up with the people strudel, without which, let's face it, he'd be nothing. I was like, oh, the worst, most mocked one. That's the one you came up with. The one that people are like, that's the stupid one. He's fucking, by the way, The Rock adding, I bet Brian thinks it's genius that The Rock does the hip thrust when he says people strudel, and he kind of pulls up his belt a little bit,
Yeah.
He adjusts his pants and he kind of does a little hip thrust with it, when he says it. He's talking about his dick.
They're like the two most sexless people that have ever existed.
That's probably part of it, that when we talk about, like, that's when he talks about that, like, pie and strudel. It's like, God, this guy's never been laid in his life. But that's Brian. That's Brian's work there.
Yep.
What if we called your penis strudel? You say you like pie. I just got done watching Guys and Dolls, and there's a whole scene where he's like, is it strudel or is it pie? Of all the days, it was strudel. The fact is, The Rock, okay. A lot of over wrestlers, okay, so The Rock, he goes, The Rock could have. The Rock was talented enough that he could have been like, I don't want to work with a writer, don't need a writer. And a lot of over wrestlers had that attitude. Has he explained over? Because he puts over in quotes, and he doesn't explain it. So
I feel
like remember he deciphered the difference between getting over and being over.
That's right. Okay. And I love this. Wrestling had existed and thrived for decades without writers. Huh. That's true.
Was it popular when this? Yeah. It was. Yeah. No one watched then. Couldn't possibly watch it then.
And even just using one, especially one who inexplicably went through a phase of carrying a yo-yo backstage despite knowing zero tricks. Stop it. I hate it. I don't like it. Yeah, get out of here. Stop that. Why were you doing that? It's not funny. What does he think? He's like doing a David Letterman bit? What is he doing? I don't like it.
He's wacky.
It's Spectrum stuff.
Yeah.
Is this the weirdest, most egregious thing anyone has done so far?
Did he see that thing where they're like, you gotta have a conversation, an icebreaker? But what's the icebreaker on that one? Oh, do you do tricks? No. Okay. Put it back in your pocket. What are you doing?
I was fishing for my yo-yo.
Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, Roddy Piper. That's just three. I mean, there's so many. Even ones that aren't huge stars. None of the great talkers needed writers. Just the thought of it was laughable. Huh? Right? And then he's just like, well, Rock's like, I'll give him a chance. And I'm like, okay. All right. Like, he does explain why there's no need for writers. And he does, as we get forward here, he goes back. So now more about how him and The Rock work, which is just them going back and forth, talking about it. Instead of The Rock in his car alone, talking out his promo, he's just back and forth with this guy. I realized back in the day when there were no writers, most wrestlers would speak off the cuff, with often brilliant results. And there's plenty of wrestlers out there right now who can certainly do that. But it's often, and I can only speak for the WWE, not that simple. Okay, here we go. Sometimes a wrestler doesn't have the entire scope of that night's show. Oh. Or a wrestler can have a great idea in your head, but you might not know if Vince already has that same idea planned for someone else, or how he sees your character. Sometimes you might what you want to say might take 10 minutes when you only have 5. Sometimes you got a great line in your head, but you don't know if someone else is using that same line. There's a lot of that. You might want to say it, but maybe somebody else is saying that. That was twice, worded different ways.
How come that never happened?
Yeah,
The
never happened back
territories.
then. Never happened.
No.
Hulk Hogan says something, and Randy Savage is the exact same. It's almost like
Yeah,
It's
Jake
almost
Roberts is like
everyone speaking in their
doing
own voice led them to not speak like, you know what I mean? But when a writer's doing it, it's all one voice, so you have to parse it out.
you're right. Everyone sounds the same. I do remember that great Jake the Snake promo where he was talking about hard times. And we were like, "No,
Should have
it's
had a
already been
writer.
said." I thought I heard that somewhere. Maybe you've got a huge match you need to concentrate on. Footnote alert. Writers have nothing to do with the putting together of actual matches. How wrestlers memorize entire bumps, spots, sequences, false finishes, and more has always been beyond my comprehension.
Because they shouldn't be doing it that way.
These are all decent, that's the word he uses, these are all decent reasons for writers to exist in wrestling. Not good, Brian. Not good. And I wrote, let's go through them real quick. Let's just recap them. One reason is Vince's bidding. Vince has specific things he needs wrestlers to say, and he doesn't want them saying other stuff. 2, concentrate on the match. The Vince's bidding covers everything. You don't know what's going on in the show. He does, so don't talk about anybody else or anything. Don't go off the cuff. Don't say something he wants somebody else to say. It's the thing he kept going back for. 2 is concentrate on match. And 3 is you're lazy. Because he writes, maybe you just don't want to think about a promo and don't want to have a promo. There you go. You need a writer.
See, this is why we need
Those
to
are
get
the
rid of
reasons.
guaranteed contracts.
Those are the reasons. It's crazy now when you see wrestlers and like Meltzer will be like, some guys need to work better with a script. They've even put it into like TEW, like they just can't do
he
it.
struggles
They can't
without
be
a script.
They
Yeah,
can't be off the cuff. Can Seth Rollins cut a promo on his
No.
own? You think?
No.
Let's do. Who are the current good talkers right now? Cody.
Joe.
Moxley, Joe. I said good, by the way. This is just current era. Who can go and like sell a match?
Brian.
Eddie?
Punk, Eddie Kingston, sure.
Yeah, Punk.
Punk.
I don't know. MJF?
MJF. Yeah. It's wild that when AEW started, people were like, the promos! Oh my god! And they're just allowed to talk. They're just saying stuff. It's crazy.
And then somehow they started regressing to writers.
Adam.
That's a brilliant move, I heard. A guy I follow on Twitter said it was a brilliant move. Bischoff.
You need a lot. You want as many cooks in the kitchen as possible, muddying everything up. So now we're in early 2000. Oh,
What's Will Washington gonna do now? Has he been usurped?
Oh no, he's still back there. I think he's like, is he just supposed to be continuity?
He's Swerve's Gewirtz, isn't he?
Oh, I don't know about that. Isn't he his cousin though? I mean, he might be his cousin.
I hope he is. If you're going to assert that.
Well, somebody. I don't know. You know me. I might be mixing up somebody else.
Okay.
I know that they just said they hired Pepperman. who was the gal that just left WWE, the writer, because she was
that's who I
Monet's
was talking
writer.
about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, Monet's. Yeah, Peppermint is Monet. Yeah, but no, I did think I read that Will Wine. Somebody is Swerve's cousin. That's a writer or something like that. He does the thing where he's like, so, anyways, after saying all this, here are a few of the Rock's promos. Like semicolon. Yuck. So we've completely left 2011. We never go back to that, by the way. At least not in this chapter. That's gone.
That's a full colon, is it? And that's a nitpick.
Was it?
Yeah, it's not a semicolon, it's colon.
Sorry. Did I keep saying semicolon with a colon? You're right. I do keep saying semicolon. Sean's rubbing his hands, licking his lips. This fucking idiot.
He's been waiting. Yeah,
Gonna
ready to
criticize
pounce.
my writing.
Yeah, putting his pen to paper and be like, well, guess fucking what, dude? You fucking got confused. Sean, we do this, and we're having a good time when we do it. We're a couple drinks in, a couple other things in. Bear in mind, and I've already established I'm dumb.
Yeah, you're backtracking now. Just don't listen to the Stu Santa Claus episode.
Oh, am I really rough on that one?
Yeah. So it's the Triple H
Yeah,
promo.
2000. Yes.
And actually, this story made me laugh too. I will
Brian says he noticed that Triple H added "us" to his words. So tonight, in this very ring, we all have our personal verbal tics. Michael Cole used to say "now" at the end of every sentence, which I never even. Maybe I wasn't. I don't listen. I've never paid attention to Michael Cole in my life. Vince was fining him personally, so that's just money he's taking from Michael Cole into his own pocket. And when he would say "now," and then so that stopped.
Yes, sir.
So,
Oh,
yep, yes,
God.
yes, sir.
How does Michael Cole feel?
His voice in when he's talking to Vince initially, and he's like, "Do I really got to say this?" And then the meekness that follows. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So he talks to The Rock. Rock loves it. He's like, "What if we just impersonate him? We do the us thing." All we had to do was get it approved by Vince. They go into his office. Everyone is there. Triple H, Stephanie, Vince, Road Dogg, Billy Gunn, X-Pac. I hadn't exactly endeared myself to DX at this point. Weeks earlier I had produced a DX vignette. And he's talking about he's doing all this work, camera positioning, walking, da-da-da-da. And he said, "Does anybody have any questions?" "I got one," Billy Gunn replied. "Who the fuck are you?" So that's where he stands with DX. So The Rock pitches it. He's like, "Hunter, you're going to love it. And I'm going to do this. And then every time you open your mouth, it sounds like this." And then Rock goes, "Brian, do the voice." And Brian's like, "I don't want to do it." And finally Vince is like, "Damn it, Brian, do the voice." So he does it. Vince guffawed pretty loudly. This goes back to when he was like, Vince wanted him to lose to Brooklyn Brawler. Vince loves making Hunter eat shit. Remember when Vince came back and everybody that Triple H had brought up or hired got fired?
Yeah, it was funny.
Vince guffawed pretty loudly, as only he can, and gave his approval as DX sat quietly. Triple H just nodded and said, "Sounds good."
Paul's a bitch.
Yep.
Well, I just was thinking, like, Triple H did the Rock blackface thing. Like, that's never going to be a part of their dynamic.
Now, is that Vince Russo creative or is that Paul creative?
I always stem it from the 97 stuff.
And why is
Yeah, Brett-
X-Pac the most into that one? He's really into it. He's, I think, got the most.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
We'd have to ask him. Can we get him?
I feel like Billy Gunn had read the room the least, or he's like, I'll just do a little bit of tan, just looks tan. I'm not gonna. So he goes, eventually.
You know how many times I watched that on WWF.com, like in the weeks that followed, and how long it took to watch each time?
I don't know why.
Well,
You
that's
just
like a
loved it.
2-hour don't pick up the phone.
Yeah, real player fucking videos.
Oh my god, real
You
player.
loved that. You loved that bit.
I did.
Mizark.
Yes, Ms. Ark. Mark Henry. He's a Mark.
Mizark. Well, it's Carney.
Yeah, it's Carney. Well, I'm just saying, like, so are they kind of calling him a Mark, or are they just saying Ms. Ark? You know what I mean?
No, I
Like,
mean, he's a mark. You can't dispute that he's a mark.
It's just a wink backstage.
love it. So he says Triple H eventually stopped being mad at him. The anger dissipated, and it only took 16 years. And I was like, so when you left, it never stopped. So he goes back to his hotel room, and his backpack is filled with vegetables from Vince's office. Cool.
I'm not gonna ask.
I had heard. Had you now? You heard this. You never saw it. I heard about the history of wrestlers filling people's bags with things, and I say I got off extremely easy. Oh, yeah? What'd you hear, right? What'd you hear? What'd you see? What are you talking about?
He's just talking about the tanning oil that Randy Orton poured in a girl's bag.
Yeah.
Not human excrement.
Oh.
That's what you're thinking.
If there's ever a company that in its culture doesn't want poop to be, it would be the WWE. So even though it was always in character, the character is, here's Rock in character. I think you're a dumbass. It's in character. Okay, it's in character. He's calling you a dumbass. You look like a
Dwayne Rock
dumbass.
Johnson.
Yes, that's not me. Look, I love that he's like, you ever notice that Triple H, he sounds like this when he talks. In character, we're going to call you that. You say you sound like a dumbass, so don't be mad.
What are you, a mark?
It is. I don't know. It is insulting, is it not?
Yeah,
it absolutely. But that's the whole
I know
fucking
it does
game.
make you feel like a mark for thinking that way. But if you can't hit him back in the same way, I don't know. Maybe you just should. Maybe someone should have had the balls to just fucking do it. Hogan obviously.
Well, then
did.
Brian, and then he's like, "We need writers because otherwise these guys, might not know what's going on later in the show."
Even though The Rock's gimmick was to talk shit about people, was it? Was that his gimmick? It was actually pretty surprising how sensitive some wrestlers were to be being made fun of. Yeah.
Oh, like Billy Gunn, who entire a living was destroyed for a decade and a half because of the character of Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
You know what I was thinking of was when he couldn't recall what X-Pac said to him at Wrestler's Court. That was him being sensitive about whatever the fuck he said because he remembers it.
Absolutely, he does.
Now we gotta look. What did The Rock ever say about X-Pac in a promo? Maybe that's what we gotta find out. And X-Pac was like, "What the fuck? Like how?" Because you know what X-Pac's point might have been about, like, this guy in his promos, quote unquote promos that he writes, buries people when the whole idea of having an opponent is to also simultaneously make them look like a threat and put them over, while you're also saying your shit. But all of his shit is
he was a
quote
punching
unquote,
bag.
Yeah,
X-Pac back in the day.
Well, that's what, and then even with Kane, it's like, here's Rock's take on Kane, quote unquote. You sound like a retard. Cool. Cool. Thanks. I'm excited to see this match.
We need writers, otherwise,
Yeah, was that a Rock or a Brian to be like, you sound like this?
So is X Factor with just incredible. And Albert, was that Brian's idea? We're gonna get you Uncle Cracker. It's gonna be wonderful. You're gonna love it.
Hey, X-Pac. We're never gonna get X-Pac because he's under Sean's umbrella.
Speaking of sensitive guys,
So now we're in 2000. It's Armageddon. Hell in a Cell. There were some heavy hitters in this match. He says WWE Hall of Famers, future Hall of Famers: Triple H, Kurt Angle, Rikishi, The Undertaker, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Footnote alert. Yes, technically Triple H isn't officially in the Hall of Fame yet, but fingers crossed.
And I'm like, is he even that passive aggressive?
He's a little shit. That's what I mean. Like, this is why Triple H doesn't like him. He's a little shit.
Yeah, and a coward.
and
Rob
then
said, well, go ahead.
he can't. Paul can't hit back because then it looks like he's punching down. Like it's such a bullshit game.
Well, The Rock's the one guy Triple H always has to bow down to.
Correct.
And
Yeah.
Gewirtz is connected.
Rock said he was going to buzz all of them to make sure they were cool with it. Double footnote alert. That's sentence to sentence, back to back footnotes. It's the requiem for a dream of footnotes. I knew that.
In what way?
They're back to back.
Oh, God. Okay. Got it. I get it now.
So what are we gonna do now?
Ass to ass.
The Rock would always let his opponents know what he was going to say beforehand. Maybe not word for word, but he'd give the general idea and when his opponent should respond. Should The Rock start ad-libbing?
Wait, so his character has the license to ad-lib. Am I understanding that correctly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, also, The Rock, he's just being The Rock. He just also feels like he has to go around and be like, I'm going to say this about you. Now, are all these other guys cowards? Like Triple H, are they cowards for just going, okay? Shouldn't Triple H have been like, fuck off with that? No. How about that? No.
I wasn't watching. Did you watch the Punk Rock feud?
Did I at the time? No, not at the time. I've caught like.
I wasn't
and
watching that. I wonder how cutting he was. What Phil said.
All I
back
know is that Punk uses that your arms are too short to box with God line, and it drives me nuts when I see wrestling fans be like, he's such a great promo, that line. It's like, he fucking lifted it.
then. What's that from?
I can't remember right now.
Usual Suspects or something stupid?
Let's look. I'll look it up. I'll look it up now.
What if it's a Howard Gewirtz line? It's from an episode of Taxi.
Well, it's from a lot of stuff. It's been so over and over and over and over again.
See, I bet your Google's going to be tainted though with wrestling bullshit, and it's going to be like page
No, it's from
37.
Play, but it's been used. I feel like it was used in The Wire at one point. Like, oh my god, here it is. Okay, here's all the context. It's originally from a play. Okay, 1927 book of poems. Sorry, I didn't say. I said a play. Black preacher named John Brown, from an autobiography. A book, then a book of poems, then exhibit in an Eminem song, then Wu-Tang Clan.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Then
That's the one hip hop artist CM Punk is going to listen to and quote.
Nas used it in 2001. Cherry Poppin' Daddies used it in
Okay,
Drunk
all
Daddy.
right.
Pusha T. Oh, Lord Almighty. Ralph Ellison used it
What's
in
it from?
Man.
He's a part of the culture.
Then I like this. Professional wrestler CM Punk quoted the title word for word in a promotional clip on Monday Night Raw. 1990 album Let the Rhythm Hit. I I'd heard it before. I just don't. I mean, wrestling fans, you know how wrestling fans are.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Um,
There was that Tony Storm match poster that was in Art Deco,
mhm.
and people said it looked like a video game cover that's also in Art Deco because the
Oh,
wrestling fans.
no.
Bioshock.
I don't know. Wrestling fans didn't know what that style was called because then someone was like, "No, it's the Great Gatsby," and he just died inside.
Oh no!
God. Was that Otaku? Or,
No, oh, he's not that smart.
But he would mix it up with a video game, right?
He would.
Wouldn't that be unfair?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That would be him.
So he says,
He was too
That
busy
Rock-
burying Ice Cube's kid.
What?
I didn't post that one.
O'Shea
well,
Jackson Jr.?
okay, first of all,
Uh-huh. You want to speak on this, Mr. You're probably gotten
Yeah.
to by him.
I'm not gotten to by him. No, I'm not gotten to by him. No. I think he likes the negative engagement, like some of the worst quote unquote media guys out there that are like, I'm gonna say something in bad
JD
faith.
from New York.
Alfred Konono or whatever it is. Nano,
Raj.
all those guys that are like, their minds broke. For years, people were like, I want an alternative to WWE. I don't like WWE anymore. And then an alternative showed up, and they're like, not like that, like WWE. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about right now? And then when they do things differently, as an alternative should, their mind breaks again. They're like, but this isn't how it's supposed to be. This whole thing where, no, the only thing that bothers me when he's like, I don't know who is who. It's like, I don't know. Excalibur only talks about it for 2 minutes, leading like about who they are, their
He
accomplishments.
says too much.
I mean, I do that every time I'm watching any TV show. I'm just
also-
constantly asking. I don't know who's who.
That's nothing. When I was watching back in the day, say I flipped on WCW and I saw Dean Malenko, and I never seen Dean Malenko because we were just talking about him. I never was like, I can't. Who is this? What's happening now? What's going on? Why do I care?
Because they just fucking snapped power bomb.
I'm watching the match. I'm letting it happen to me. I'm letting it wash over me. That's your introduction. This match you're watching is the introduction. What the fuck are you talking about? Why do you need a video package of moves probably in the package that you're gonna see? Like,
I mean, that's why I struggled with the Super Bowl. I mean, all these guys, and I just don't know who anybody is.
why do I care? Or as he said, why should I fuck with this guy? I don't know. Don't fuck with him. Just don't even bother. But he gets mad because people go, you're not a real wrestling fan. That's that thing that I've talked about where it's like these WWE fans,
You're an entertainment fan.
they don't seek out anything else. They don't actively seek it out. So yeah, I'd say if you're like a die-hard WWE fan, I would say you're not a fan of professional wrestling. You're a fan of whatever WWE is. It's not, you know what I don't know what
it's some
WWE is.
bizarre.
It's not like professional wrestling. Like, do you know? Come on, Larry, you agree with it? It's not it's whatever it's become. It's with the skits and the over the top and the.
Yeah.
Pageantry.
No, I was just trying to think of an analogy, and I was going to say comic books because you can like one or the other, right?
But no, O'Shea Jack. Look, he likes to get that's weird. Twitter has become that too. They like the negative engagement. That's what all that's left of Twitter is people trying to rile each other up with bad faith shit.
Yeah.
But it's really important for the news.
Which is wild that Dave still hangs around on that website. He hasn't picked up on it. He's always like, "Why is everybody fighting with me?" It's funny, and it's like that's all that's left is people that don't like you. There's few and far between of people that are like, "Thank you, Dave, for being on Twitter and correcting people."
Dave is constantly on the receiving end of the modern jerky boys bits equivalent. It's just
He's doing himself and his quote unquote legacy, whatever you want to call it. He's doing himself,
No,
he's doing
I
himself
don't want
no favors staying on Twitter. None, zero.
his
He just
legacy.
It
Just
sank
fucking-
my opinion of him, and I've been such a defender for so long. Thought he was brilliant as a journalist, and now I'm like, he's a little kooky.
dude.
I don't
When
know.
he
It's
was-
noble that he's self-made. The guy makes 6 figures
Yes,
fucking writing
yeah.
a wrestling newsletter.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
thought that side of it as a journalist nerd, like finding your own niche and
Yeah.
carving it out. But now it's just, he's eccentric.
When he's on his Observer radio, being like, "Yeah, I love this match," and then like this should have been a wake up call. Yeah, I love this match, so I tweeted about how well received the match was, and you know what happened? All the people that hate me, thousands upon thousands, went to the website and voted it down. Now that's affected the score. It's hilarious. He thought that was funny, and then he goes, I don't even think they saw the match. I don't know, maybe they did. Dave, they didn't. They didn't watch the match you liked. They don't want to see they love WWE. They're weirdos on Twitter. I don't know why he hasn't figured it out yet. And then Tony Khan's just as bad. He's like, the wrestling world comes around to Twitter. Everyone comes together on Twitter to be like, we love wrestling. That's not what is happening on Twitter.
Yeah.
Twitter is for Shawn Michaels is cooking. That's what Twitter is now, wrestling Twitter. Okay. So, The Rock loves. Well, that was an aside. That was a footnote.
Parentheses.
Yeah.
Just brush past this. It's Rock making fun of all 5 guys before Armageddon.
Hold on. Rock likes doing live promos, and he doesn't like tape promos. And Brian says that's a lot of guys don't like tape promos because there's an annoying writer standing by with a stopwatch, and you've got to ready to tell you that the perfect take went 2 minutes heavy and that Vince is going to be upset. Okay. Let's see. We added a Kurt Angle Viagra joke. The thing in 2000, he adds. And he makes fun of everybody. Everybody's being imitated. The Rock meets up with him later. Great promo last night. By the way, the boys are fucking pissed. And here, I don't know if we've already established it, The Rock loves throwing Brian under the bus.
I was going to
using
say,
him as a
he's
shield.
kind of his deflection point.
Yeah. Is it in the Brock book where he goes, Brock's like, what the fuck is this about you going over? That has not been the case. It's some house show. And the Rock's like, what?
Yes. Yeah.
What,
and he's
what?
very
What the hell was
insincere.
that? No.
Yeah.
And he's kind of sending Brock to run around to talk to people. Brock has to keep going around. No. Trying to see their side. I get it. Kind of. These are top money drawing talents busting their asses trying to sell a main event. And Rock's turning it all into comedy. Yep. Wonder
You're
if X-Pop
taking-
said something like that.
Food is being taken off of plates.
Wow. Yeah, I can't wait to work another program when you've done something to my career where it's like, you're a butt chugger. And he's like, great. I gotta have that chanted every time I go out. Or as Gus said, killing like Billy Gunn's career, like just like that.
It's
And
part of the character.
it was just like, God thinks you're a bitch. And everybody's like, okay, so he's never getting pushed again. So then he goes, okay, so maybe I should go talk to the guys if everyone's pissed. Back then, I only approached Kurt Angle, as he was the only guy I considered myself friends with. Coward. So his solution, I approached no one and hoped it would all be forgotten. And this is every book now. It's like someone being a coward, someone just eating shit. So now we're in 2002. The NWO is coming in. Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Hulk Hogan. So he talks at The Rock, made fun of everybody. That's the move. And Kevin Nash was like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, "I thought we were being brought in as the poison, like as the these monsters coming to destroy the WWE." I can totally see his point. However, he goes into the whole like they did this to The Rock and this the next night, and he's like, "Yeah, it wasn't that night, but Vince wanted it on Raw."
I'm with Kev.
Oh, me too.
Then
Listen.
Hogan literally rammed. Okay, go.
I love The Rock's little honk. Okay, it's one of the few things
Yes.
that I can laugh at.
Hmm.
But otherwise, yeah, fuck it. It's goofy. I mean, listen, it's bigger than just The Rock's interaction. If Gewirtz is to blame for more of the NWO shit, I'd love to put it on him.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Then Hogan literally rammed the ambulance Rock was in with a semi-truck. Footnote alert. We weren't really into subtlety back then. I
it's
wrote
not
back
sophisticated. Yeah, like it is now.
then. Back then?
Now it's cinema.
Ever? No, I mean, come on. It's the WWE, brother. What are you talking about? Subtlety.
Now
No
they do
way.
the subtle thing, like the reflection in the sunglasses shot.
Oh, yeah. You think that was on purpose? Do you really think that was on purpose? Or, here's what's subtle. Like this suddenly. Triple H loves this. Old Paul, Uncle Paul. Somebody's talking backstage, and in the background,
Yep,
look
there's
right
other-
behind
yeah.
that person's shoulder.
It's Nikki
There's
Cross.
somebody. Yeah, it's always Nikki Cross hanging out. What's going to happen with that? And follow up? Who cares? So The Rock calls Kevin Nash Big Daddy Bitch.
And again, I am gonna laugh at that.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it's fucking hilarious, but so
I don't know
disrespectful.
if there's a montage of it. The Rock calling people a bitch. He really knows how to deliver the word bitch. He says it a lot. There's the shut up bitch and Big Daddy bitch and you're just a bitch. And in Kevin's mind, being called Big Daddy bitch was completely unprofessional. Now, here's my only problem with that. This is very funny coming from Kevin Nash. So the orange stuff's fine. It's fine when Kevin is
course.
absolutely being a fucking douche. But when somebody calls him a bitch, hey, come on. Are we trying to make money here? What are we doing?
I'm not going to
$1 million gate. So, let's see. I got some notes. I'm trying to figure out why I wrote some notes here.
In Kevin's mind, this was completely unprofessional.
Yes. And he kind of goes, later they had a match.
It's the
and
same
it was real-
explanation of, eventually you're gonna get one.
Yeah,
out.
he power bombs him through a table. He goes, there was real physicality in their match later. Even Kevin, you hear Kevin Nash say when he's wrestling him, go, now who's the bitch? Saying, oh, he was clearly gotten to. So he's like, I think it just added to everything. Why do I feel this way? Well, there was a lot of resentment that went on for years between myself and Kevin Nash. And he goes, because I wrote, he was questioning, why is Kevin so mad? And he goes, maybe that's something maybe as the years pass by, there's something a part of Kevin deep down appreciated. Not the bitch part, but being front and center in a battle of real-life, high-level gamesmanship that had everybody talking. And I wrote,
Kevin really appreciated
no,
that.
I was like, no, he just didn't like being called bitch on national television.
He appreciated the gamesmanship. Get the fuck out of here.
So he says basically for the rest of their lives, whenever they'd see each other, it was the, oh, great, this fucking guy exchange as they looked at each other. Then a decade later at WrestleMania 30, he saw Kevin at the hotel. And they're like, oh shit, okay, we got to do this. So Kevin says, do you want to go get a drink? And he said, sure. Oh shit. He brings up also that he's like, oh, Kevin Nash, I totally glossed over this. Do you guys have anything on the... He's in Syracuse
That story doesn't even matter.
for a house show. And
just-
the clique roll up on him and go, where's the local hospital? And then he like lingers around. He directs them.
He never says why they were there.
He alludes that Mo is with them and that he's quote unquote hurt, but he's not sure why he's hurt.
He's just thinking that's the only reason they'd be there because he thought he might
Yeah.
have gotten hurt that night. But we never
Yeah.
hear why they're there.
Well,
We
know
we
why
know
the clique
Kid
would
is
roll up
overdosing
why.
in the
Yeah.
back seat.
Yeah, yes, yes.
There goes that. But
Because later he goes, the moment I had been waiting for since stalking, crossed out, hanging out with the clique in the Syracuse ER.
I know.
Or was he... Boy, that was a house show. I was going to say, was he saying he was there for them going, we got to get Sean to the hospital?
Oh, because it's Syracuse.
Yeah.
See, I wasn't even putting two and two together there.
But he acts like everybody's with it. X-Pac, Sean.
Yeah,
they're all
you're right.
there
You'd think
hanging
he'd
out.
fucking tell that story if it was that story.
He does one of the things we've run into where he makes up what he thought it would be like, where like...
Okay, but here's my question. How much of this is fake?
Well, he just goes, the bar was closed. Or no, you think they didn't even lock eyes and go, hey, you want to get a drink?
Well, because he says one day maybe we'll get that drink. So they didn't. What
Well,
happened?
I think it closed. Well, I think it was closed. The bar was closed for whatever reason. But he says, I turned to Kevin and said, now that guy's a bitch. And we laughed for hours.
Oh, Kev should have.
And then he
But he
goes,
says that didn't happen.
yeah, he goes, okay, that didn't happen. In reality, we just went our separate ways and haven't seen each
Oh,
other.
okay, okay. So you think just the bar? Okay.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
hope that drink happens someday.
I don't know. It's annoying. Foley did it a few times. I
Yeah,
didn't let him slide either.
Did those rock promos ruffle some feathers backstage? Absolutely. Did it result in years going by before certain individuals saw me as more than just The Rock's personal writer? You betcha. Lame.
Well, Kev is angling for that movie spot. Dwayne's
Yeah.
the pictures.
I know. I was trying to think of what Nash's opinion on Rock is. He usually defends him. That I've
Well,
heard.
I love that he's just like, he's surrounded during his whole career because of this, because of the way he operates. He's surrounded by mistrust, paranoia, and resentment. It's like he does it to himself. He says, like, oh, I could have walked up to that guy and explained the situation, but I didn't.
Yeah.
He does himself no favors. The Rock would do or say anything in the name of entertaining the people, even if the person being embarrassed was himself. Did this ever happen? Was The Rock ever embarrassed on national television?
He's gonna say taking like the hurricane. He's gonna say that was him being humble and
Is that like Hall putting somebody over?
yeah, exactly.
Well, Hogan sunned him.
Sundom?
Yeah.
He's, I guess.
I mean, Rock got the last word, but Hogan got him once.
Well,
I'm saying, why didn't we ever see The Rock kiss Vince McMahon's ass? Or any number of things where somebody like dressed The Rock down. At that time, they would have called him gay or something like that, called his manhood into question. Did anybody ever do that?
No.
He did it to other people.
that's part of the character. He ad libs.
It's a gimmick. He's shit. Yeah, he's an ad lib shit talker. And now we're in 2003. It's the Raw 10th anniversary. I wrote, are we ever getting back to that original 2011? Are we ever? What happened? It's 2003. He just kind of explains where the company's at 2003. He says, "Oh, he's coming back. He's coming back for, I think, for the first time." They did boo him in his match against Hogan at WrestleMania 18. Footnote alert. And a sizable section of people in his SummerSlam match against Brock Lesnar months later. Though, to be fair, that match was on Long Island, and those, my people, would boo anyone showing the faintest sign of a soul.
The Rock often, like, post 2000, would get backwards responses.
Yeah.
He would get booed as a face and then get cheered as a heel.
Yeah.
They never really found the right tone for him to be a face, but not be smarmy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I like that he's like, yeah, us Long Island guys, you know, anybody that has a soul will boom. Also, never saw ECW, never seeked it out, don't like it, don't know it. Like everything else, Rock wanted to do a heel turn in a highly elevated way.
Yep.
I wrote fucking stop it. Stop it right now. Go to jail. Because here's ready, are you ready? The Rock wants to cut a you people promo. It's you fans that are deciding this. You made me the bad guy. That's the elevated way. The cliche you people promo. It's wrestling, but elevated.
You know, literally what he's doing right now, and people are saying is like brilliant and blowing their minds.
Finally. I never thought I'd see Hollywood Rock again. I thought I'd never see it in my lifetime.
Who is that person? That boy? Where are they?
I don't know. If you, son, get in here. Yes, I procreated. Son, get in here. This is Hollywood Rock. I told you about this.
No.
It was when wrestling was at its best. 2003.
Brian Gewirtz was in the writing room.
This has got Brian's fingerprints all over it. It was hard to argue with The Rock's logic. Heels being completely correct always fascinated me. The villains you gotta believe what they're doing is right. Ah, yes. As a teenager, I'd watch The Wrestler IRS. Do I even want to read this? Like,
I know it's so stupid.
I hate myself right now. He makes this kind of stuff, when we read these books, makes me hate being a wrestling fan. Like, a lot.
I know.
Again, so who's the book for?
Well, no, this is the fandom thing where it's like, I hate that this guy's a wrestling fan. I hate it.
This is why we need gatekeepers.
Yes, and bullying. Bring it back.
Bob Holly, JBL. Who else we're putting in the room here? Scott Norton, because I think he's fun.
So he says he's watching IRS, and he's like, yeah, people should pay their taxes. He's watching Bob Backlund. He's going, yes, education is important. Procure the cross-faced chicken wing, Mr. Backlund. Footnote alert. Here's the footnote, right? I didn't date much. Next. Now we get to Shane Hurricane Helms. When he came over from WCW, Brian noticed that he had a Green Lantern insignia tattooed on his arm. Yeah. We quickly formed a friendship. And it didn't take long for him to transform into the Hurricane, a highly entertaining superhero character with braces.
So it was definitely Gewirtz who came up with the shit gimmick, right? The
Goldberg
superhero in training.
Oh, and they still use that. They've recycled that over and over.
Yeah.
Vince must have just been...
They are like superheroes. So Shane gets put on the float, the Thanksgiving Day Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade float. I don't know why I'm struggling with this. Footnote alert. Yes, WWE had a float in the Thanksgiving Day parade the same month Triple H simulated sex on TV with a mannequin in the casket. Another Triple H jab.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
So, He invites Shane over to. He's like, okay, he's stuck for whatever reason. He doesn't go home for Thanksgiving. He invites him to the fucking hell. Gewirtz. I'm telling you, I'm with everybody that's like, I don't know your fucking name. It's Gewirtz.
Gewirtz.
Look, I'm just a guy in the Midwest.
Yeah.
He invites him to his Thanksgiving.
We're all Midwest.
Matzo ball soup. And Shane turns to him and goes, what exactly is the matzo ball soup? And he says, matzo balls.
See, that's when you hit him with the down emoji.
Okay, then. That's what he says. Okay, then. I wish Sudi was here. Do you really have matzo ball soup for Thanksgiving? You're not just to have the usual?
He's a soupy boy.
Okay. It feels like Shane walked in, he was like, okay, so it kind of alludes like, yeah, where's the turkey? Where's the stuffing? Where's the mashed potatoes? It feels like this should, like they're mixing up holidays or something. Like what? Okay. The other thing Rock did. So okay, this is about the Rock and Hurricane. Their exchanges backstage. The other thing Rock did, parentheses, which no one told him to do.
He's an ad-libber.
Parentheses. Was subtle, but genius. Here we go again, subtle. Whenever Hurricane would exit a scene, he'd leap out of frame with the production truck adding a whoosh sound effect as if to imply he was flying away. As he leapt out of frame, The Rock would look up as if Hurricane actually possessed the power of flight. It allowed fans to completely suspend disbelief and get wrapped up in the story.
Rock's playing 4D chess.
Is this guy a fucking... Come on.
Do you guys remember getting wrapped up in that?
I remember The Rock's subtle acting.
Right.
With his wide eyes and his huge look. I remember all the subtle acting in WWE where people have to be like... You know all the subtle acting they do when somebody gets a near fall in the WWE that started in NXT? My heart broke when I saw Kevin Owens doing it. I was like, it's over. It's all over.
Oh, they gotta send Okada down to look at the hard camera.
Dude, I've lost my place because I'm throwing my book around. Where were we? What page are we on? We're in It Smells Still.
70.
70?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you do have the same book. I was like, but you have the hardcover. Okay. So Vince is watching all this go down, and he's like, "Wow!" Even though I think now we're back to we're still in 2003. Everyone's still kind of loving The Rock, even though he's a heel. They're enjoying all this. They're getting big reactions no matter what. And Vince says, when he shits on the people, he's shitting ice cream because they like it. It's always shit with this guy, Vince. So,
did you get this shot?
No, which one? I haven't had anything. That was the only thing I don't know.
In an era where heels would give lengthy, serious, heat-seeking promos, sometimes to boos, sometimes to silence, or worse, what chance? Occasionally, you just want to rummage through your mom's purse for change, run outside, and find the damn ice cream truck. That's Triple H he's talking about. 2003.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Yes.
I feel like we need a Triple H sound effect anytime he gets put on
just the opening notes of the
all right, say no more.
Well, now we got to go back every time he does it though. Don't make Larry listen to this thing like
we need to outsource this. We need the LLC, and then we can get an intern and
I rock with the King of Kings theme, and that's what I'll be putting in.
Damn games.
Yes.
Colin, I will Venmo you $1 every time that you just sit in and make time code notes, little timestamps.
We need a Lats.
We do.
Oh no! Don't bring that shit in here, fucking freak.
You can tell me about that time Bret Hart got ahead with his brothers, since I forgot about it.
Do we go into the XFL? You want to keep going? Where are we at? You want to call it, or you want to keep going?
What's next on here?
XFL. I am not ready for some football.
The rock concert. Yeah, that's where I stopped. I actually didn't finish my reading.
All right, we can call it.
Yeah,
What are we at here?
still
2 hours? Oh
2
yeah.
hours.
Yeah, the next one is I'm ready for some football. Have we figured out who this?
What?
I said, oh, go ahead.
Who the book is for? No, but what's he say about the? See, now I'm curious what he says about the XFL.
It didn't go well with him. He has a bit of a mental breakdown with the workload.
That's a long chapter. Okay.
Yeah, which is okay. Keep in mind how long that. I think
Why do
that
you need
Rock chapter is like 16 pages. His chapter on Vince Russo is like maybe 11, I think. The Paul Heyman one is also very short compared to let's go through all the Rock's promos and all the people I pissed off.
Yeah, that's true.
It's rough stuff. Rough stuff.
Oh man, I should have read ahead to the Russo chapter. I'm so curious, but it's probably not interesting at all, is it?
I mean, here's my spoiler for when we get next week when we get into the Russo stuff.
I like that he mocks his accent, Chiner.
Yeah. He has decided Vince Russo is not a threat, and he is going to bury his ass. Narratives need to be corrected.
He's gonna win me back. Russo's the guy. He's at the bottom.
Dude, I was gonna say, yeah, we could get on Vince Russo's network until he hears this, and we're just laughing gleefully at his burial. He's it very also shows you Brian's assess the situation. Who can hurt me? Vince cannot. Okay, here we go. Now you want it? You want me to dig in on somebody? It's Vince Russo.
Yeah.
Not Paul Heyman, who he also had many issues with. He's earned, he hopes, Paul's respect over the years.
You think that's bullshit? You think that's bullshit, though?
I think he wrote this in 2022, and this is during the bloodline. He writes that in the book he writes about, acknowledge me, da 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 da, and I think he knows where the bloodline's gonna go. Like, what's the end game of the bloodline? And the whole point of it, head of the table, and I think he is like, well, I'm probably going to work with this guy again. So let's be polite.
I'm thinking Heyman probably hated him. Right.
The chapter is called New School versus Old School. Now, Brian considers himself a new school kind of guy. And Paul Heyman's an old school kind of guy. Oil and water. Who's right, who's wrong? Yeah. Any last thoughts?
I don't think so.
No.
Gus, how was Dynamite? Was it good?
I kind of checked out
all right.
pretty early into it. Yeah.
Well, at least Nielsen grabbed the rating.
That's
God bless
right.
you.
Yep.
I missed it. I missed a stray cat. I just got a text saying we have a cat on the porch. I'm upset now.
Oh. Is your hot tea still hot?
The tea was very good. I drank it.
Oh, perfect.
I know. I saw him. He kept drinking and licking his lips, and his eyebrows were wiggling. He was really having the time of his life with that thing. He's going to become a tea guy. He's going to get the thing like me
Get
with
the
the
big
kettle.
ones.
You can get the canister that goes inside for the loose leaf. You drop it in,
Just
right?
steep it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Buy
baby.
some oolong.
Yeah. All right. What's the email so people can hit us up with our their tea takes?
What is it? It's the Workers Club.
Club show.
Oh no!
Yeah.
What is it? The Workers Club
Club
Show at
Yeah,
gmail.com.
gmail.com.
Okay.
Colin, I dare you to email us, even though you have direct access. Long-time listener, first
We
time.
had full interaction with Kat, and I missed it.
Oh, damn.
Well, is it still in the house?
No, that's the porch.
Oh, still in the. So it's not on the porch. You released it.
We didn't
Text-
trap it. It's
well,
not our
text back.
cat. It's a stray.
Text back. Trap it. Trap it.
No. Too many.
How many cats you got, Larry?
6.
That's enough.
It is enough.
That's plenty.
It's more than I planned on.
My God. Now you're making your house sound like Bret Hart's house.
We're Irish, but with cats.
Yeah, the Hart house. Just boxes of litter just everywhere.
They have their own
Good
room.
Lord. A litter room. That's what Hart House needed.
Yeah.
That was probably just the kids' room.
Hard House needed crushed almond litter.
Ooh, what's that?
It's something crushed, some kind of nut, walnut, almond.
Let me see. Crystal, have you ever heard of crushed almond litter?
Or walnut.
Crushed walnut litter. Some kind of nut that's crushed and it's litter. You have? Wow, she's heard of it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a sponsoring get. Start getting you guys like a deal on some of this.
I know, we're giving it away for free.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you like? Is it good?
Walnut shell. It's a walnut shell.
Walnut shell litter. Never tried it. Larry loves it, and they have 6 cats. Where do you get it?
Chewy's got it.
Chewy's got it,
If not, all the pet stores have it.
or all the pet stores. She says all the pet stores do. That's what he's saying.
We gotta get paid for this.
What brand?
Naturally fresh.
Naturally fresh. He's got 6 cats. He swears by it. He says his house doesn't. You couldn't even tell cats are in there.
It's probably
Couldn't even
expensive.
tell they're in the cat room.
Naturally fresh walnut shelled litter. Am I correct on that there?
All right. Don't mock my
Chewy's.
better choices.
No, I'm not. She asked what it was called. I just repeated it for. She got it. She's locking it in. Larry, I swear to God, if my house, I only have 1 cat.
Yeah.
And a dog. Can you fix my smelly dog, Larry? With his
Dogs
fucking-
smell, man. I know. It's unfortunate. I met this was a different golden retriever. It was at an antique store. Old guy just laying on the floor. I'm loving on him. This fucking dog smelled like shit. And like the funk stayed on you for like
Ugh.
40 minutes.
God.
But-
I can't wait to be pet free. God, I hate these cats and the dog and the fucking. Anyways, okay.
The bark Tourette's.
Oh yeah, don't even. He was huffing and puffing before we started, and I was like, for real, fucking for real, dude.
I have asthma attacks I have to deal with.
From the cats?
Yeah, one of them.
You know what the cat?
He's got an
I
inhaler.
don't even. My cat had an infection. $300 for this fucking thing. For medicine we had to throw away because it was like after 7 days, by the way, this medicine's even just pointless. It's like, what? What?
We made
This thing wasn't-
we made an emergency vet visit once. You know what that's like? $1,000
Yeah,
bucks. Yeah. Everyone's bringing in their dead fucking animals at 12 in the morning.
This cat. Look, I'm not saying I wish death on this cat. I don't. Cat's fine. I'm fine. Like, it's a cat. But we were like, oh shit,
It's
the
like a
cat,
Mongo situation.
cat hasn't been eating. Like, the cat's not eating because the infection is like.
Ugh.
We hope the medicine's gonna work here, but the cat's not eating because it can't smell. I was thinking. Okay, we'll see. Here we go. See, we gonna get lucky here? Are we? We tried. We had the we gave it the medicine.
I feel like we just blew the walnut shell litter people sponsorship with this awesome follow-up story.
Once they search our Twitter, they'll never sign with us.
Why do you got to be so mean on it?
There are no bad tweets on there right now. No replies, nothing.
Oh, you.
It gets me engaging. We had like
putting up tweets like,
1,400
I love.
views last week.
So we're taking the Bubba Ray approach to Twitter.
Yeah.
It's a mixture.
Larry's-
It's a mixed
It's
marketing.
a mixture.
Yeah,
Larry's feisty on Twitter.
marketing campaign.
He's saluting Jim Cornette. I'm doing
No,
your bidding.
I usually defend Dave by mocking the people who mock Dave, and then Dave retweets me because he loves it.
Oh, okay.
He can't even remember that he blocked us before.
But it's
That's
only the
amazing.
bad faith people, who the anti-Dave people,
Yeah.
Oh, they're great.
the Bischoff
one guy,
followers.
There was one guy today that was defending, like, he was like, why doesn't Martha just let Owen Hart be celebrated? And he was like, you don't look great doing this. And he's like, you're an AEW shill.
Right, that kind of shit.
All right.
Yeah, we done.
Okay, bye.